So, what is philosophy?
I guess it's like the study of how we think and what that has to do with reality.
The process of thinking.
I
What
think
about you?
philosophy is probably a lot of reading ancient Rome, Greek gods.
So, as exemplified in the videos from the random people on campus, a common misconception about philosophy is that it is only about thinking, how you think, and your thought process. Another misconception that we see is that people think philosophers are gods. They are not gods. Lastly, philosophers are not just from the early Greek and Roman days. There are philosophers that are living today.
The textbook definition of philosophy is the study of the fundamental nature of knowledge, reality, and existence, but I think there's multiple different ways you can interpret that.
I think philosophy can be a freedom. It can be described as a freedom of thought.
Philosophy is an awareness of self, reality, and existence.
Philosophy is knowing that you don't know everything.
The real definition of philosophy, I think, pertains to all three of those things mentioned, and they all work together in a cycle in which freedom leads to awareness, awareness leads to knowledge, and knowledge leads back to freedom.
Freedom is the power and right to act, speak, and think as one wants without restraints. Freedom of thought, you're allowed to have your own opinion, unlike freedom of speech.
Hey, I was listening to your interview, and does this relate to Bell Hooks' book?
Yeah, it relates to teaching to transgress, because Bell Hooks wanted everyone to express their own opinion and not look down on because of what their opinion was.
It is a story about prisoners in a cave. They are chained up together and they're walking one behind the other, and their only light source is fire. So they're only aware of each other's shadows. But one day, one prisoner breaks free and he gets to go outside of the cave. He sees this wonderful light, but he's blinded by it, and he's not trusting of it, and he really doesn't want to be aware of this new knowledge. However, he slowly adjusts to it. He starts learning. He likes this new area. He's more aware of things outside of the cave. Decides to go back to tell all the other prisoners, and so they can be more aware. However, they do not approve. They do not like what he's saying. They don't agree. They don't think it's real. So they rather not be aware of everything outside of what they already know. Awareness in terms of the allegory of the cave is concerned with the prisoner's awareness that what they know is limited.
The definition of knowledge is information and skills acquired by a person through education or experience, but I think in terms of philosophy it has a much deeper meaning involving self-awareness and awareness of reality.
We see knowledge discussed in Descartes' meditations, like in Meditation 2, he discussed about the knowledge of yourself, and in Meditation 3, we talk about the knowledge of an existing God. So as you can see, philosophy's definition varies depending on who you're talking to, but we as a group gathered that you have to understand freedom, awareness, and knowledge of yourself and the things around you to get a good definition of philosophy.
When looking at the text, we see that freedom is prevalent in the Hooks text, teaching to transgress. Awareness is prevalent in Plato's text, Allegory of the Cave, and knowledge is more prevalent in Descartes' Meditation 4.
Philosophy is defined as awareness, knowledge, and freedom. Awareness creates knowledge. With knowledge, you gain freedom, and freedom creates more awareness. And it's